This is WBA Super Middleweight Champion Andre Ward, and you're with Leave It in the Ring Radio.
Hola, soy Sergio Maravilla Martínez, esto es liveinthering.com.
Hola, soy Saúl El Canelo Álvarez y estás en Live the Ring Radio.
Bradley, and you're liveinthering.com.
Este que es Soto Caras, el renuente. Escúcheme por Live in the Ring Radio.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Victor Ortiz at liveinthering.com. So take care, guys.
How you doing? You're with Abner Mares, and you're right here with Leave It in the Ring Radio.
22, man. Hey, Steve Kim tweeted out earlier today on Twitter, Ryan Garcia and Pitbull Cruz, Isaac Cruz, who just had recently fought, to a lot of folks believe it was a draw against Tank Davis. They're talking about a scheduled date to meet up with each other either in March or in April. I don't know about you guys. I would love to see that. I'm excited to see if that was to happen because as everybody has mentioned or talked about, it's not that we don't want to see Ryan Garcia, but it's more like Ryan doesn't want to see himself get back into the ring. I'll let you go really quick, Brian, with your thoughts about that fight.
Yeah, I know we talked about it a little while we were getting ready here. And Zach said, "Yeah, it's a great fight, but let's see if that actually happens." And yet you're absolutely right. We want to see Ryan Garcia. Like, he's fun to watch.
Yep.
He's got fast hands. He does a lot of things well. There's a ton of potential there. We thought he was kind of getting close to putting it all together against Campbell. Had a couple of slip ups in there, and but that's all stuff you figure out by fighting more and more often.
Right.
That kind of boxing IQ, ring generalship end of it. And then he just kind of went AWOL for a year. So, like, I'm all for that fight if it's real. I don't think Isaac Cruz had to draw a Tank, but I think Ryan probably rolls him out by roll him 9-3 type fight where he pretty much controls it. He's just too quick. But I think Isaac makes it fun for a bit. I think it's like a more competitive version of that Velez fight that Ryan had a few years ago.
What do you think, Zach?
Wow, is Isaac Cruz a monster? 22 years old. I had no idea he was that young because I'd watched him a little bit, but he had pro fights since he was like 16. So you look at what years he was fighting, you think he's 26. And I come to find out he's younger than Tiafimo and Ryan and all them. Wow, what a stud! It's an interesting style matchup. Obviously, he's gonna want to come forward, and Ryan's gonna want to land the left hook. But Cruz is a lot more active, coming off 12 hard rounds with Tank Davis, who's a lot better than anyone Ryan Garcia's fought. And I think Isaac Cruz, I rate him higher than Luke Campbell, just being honest, who dropped Ryan Garcia. So I think it's an interesting fight. I favor Cruz because he's just been more active and he's such a dog. But Ryan can catch anybody. I mean, Ryan legitimately has a puncher's chance against everybody in that division. He might be the hardest hitter in that division, fast hands. The punches you don't see coming are the one that knock you out. So,
I think height though. No, what are you going to say, Brian? Go ahead. What are you going to say? You think what?
You think Cruz will get a decision though if it's a close fight?
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But look, this is my thought here. Height, I think, is going to give Cruz maybe some problems. We're going to find out whether or not Cruz's chin is really that solid. Because I think, if anything, as we've seen from Garcia, he's going to let those hands go with that speed, And style-wise, Garcia wants a guy that comes forward. He doesn't want a guy that's going to try to trick him and set traps like the way Luke did and was able to counter him. Cruz is not a counterpuncher. Cruz is a guy that likes to lead the dance. So this, to me, plays out to be a very, very interesting fight here. And I think there's a good matchup. But I have to agree with you, Zach. This is a kind of a deep dive back for Ryan Garcia, for a kid that's been spending most of his days up in Hawaii and somewhere else. He's been doing more talking off Twitter than at the actual ring. So ring rust, right? Yeah, that's why I'm gonna agree with you. I think ring rust is gonna take a big play here in this fight. And you know what? Kudos to Cruz. For saying, hey, I want this guy. Because he may not have gotten that win over Tank Davis, but he got the big prize, which would be Ryan Garcia.
Do you think, what are the odds this fight happens, though, too? Like, I mean, we've heard
Debbie
Ryan
Downer over
Garcia.
here, man. You gotta be a Debbie Downer, huh?
We've
No, 'cause
heard this from
I
Ryan
interviewed
before.
Ryan in the bubble for the Canelo Yildirim. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight Tank. I got it in signing. If I don't fight him, I'm gonna fight Pacquiao. I'm gonna fight this person." None of it happens.
Right.
You know,
That-
so you just
none of
kind
that
of
was
sit there
real,
with egg
yeah.
on your face. Did he hurt his hand as well?
That's what he said. He went to surgery. He hurt his hand, so that's why he didn't go forward
So
with.
he said he's dealing with anxiety, hurt his hand. Canelo said he's not working hard enough. And you have an absolute dog in Isaac Cruz who's banging it out with Tank Davis, going all 12 rounds, taking his best punches. I didn't even see him get wobbled. And he's pretty solid fundamentally, Cruz. I mean, he gets out the center line. He's tough to hit. He's tricky. It wouldn't be like a one-punch sleeper from Ryan early or anything like that. You know, it would be a real fight.
Yeah, most definitely. I if it happens, great. I just, God, 4 months from now, 3 months from now, that's a long wait to find out whether or not, Ryan's going to step into that ring. And I know Golden Boy are not going to like what we're saying, but here's the truth of the matter is that he's pulled out before. The trust factor is very shaky when it comes to Ryan Garcia making a commitment. Because if it's not committed to the fight, that's scheduled, it's the commitment to his promoter. How many times have we seen him pull out of a fight because he didn't get he wants a certain amount of money now. He wants to be treated a certain way. So there's always a bunch of variables when it comes to Ryan Garcia. So plenty of matchups for Ryan Garcia. And like I said, we all want to see Ryan Garcia get back into the ring. The only one that's holding Ryan Garcia from getting back in that ring is himself. So if this does come out, if this does play out for Isaac Cruz to get that fight with Ryan Garcia, I'm all in. I think it's going to be explosive between the two.
That'll be a good time. We'll just see if it happens.
Yeah, and I'm with Zach. I got to favor Isaac Cruz, and I think a lot of folks are going to favor Isaac Cruz. One is durability, that chin. Like you said, he's a dog in that ring. They call him the pet bull for a reason. And, unlike like a lot of the people that faced Tank, Cruz went out there and showed no fear. It was almost like he was wearing the no fear that Manny Pacquiao used to wear, those trunks and stuff. They had the logo no fear on it. That's what Cruz went out there when he faced Tank Davis, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros,